Hi guys, Alex here from Drayton's. Here we've got an Audi A3 1.5 TFSI CoD Sport Estronic, finished in Ibis white solid paint. All the wheels and tyres are in good condition. These are 17-inch 5-arm design alloys. At the back, even though it is the saloon A3, not the standard hatchback, you do get a generous amount of boot space, and the back seats will fold down if you need any extra room in there as well. This car has got MOT until the 2nd of the 12th 2022 and was last serviced at Audi on the 8th of the 12th 2021. So inside, cloth seats with rock grey headlining and rock grey on the just a band of the seat there. They're very comfortable seats. You've got big bolsters on the side and the base to keep you in place. They hold you in nicely and they are very, very comfortable. That continues to the back of the car with the exception of the centre seat, which is just a plain cloth seat. You do also get this aluminium trim on the doors, on the handles and up front as well. So on the driver's display you've got the rev counter and life speeder on the right and your digital screen in the centre. You've got a digital speeder. You also have an onboard computer as well. So you've got your fuel range, average speed, average MPG, date and time, things like that. Also got an efficiency program which goes into a bit more detail about what is using your energy. And then you've also got a reduced display, so you can turn that off altogether. Me personally, I like having the digital speeder. I do have one in my car, so that's probably why, but everyone has their own preference. As well as having the digital speeder, you do still also have the little bar at the bottom which you can scroll through, so you can still see your fuel range and things like that on there if you wanted to. You've also got different tabs, so you've got your radio media tab which you can scroll through the radio stations and select from there rather than going through the main system. You've also got your Bluetooth tab for your phone, and you've also got Satnav on there as well. So when you've got a route set, that will show your next direction, for example turn right in 100 yards, anything like that. When you don't have a route set, it is just a compass, and you do get the road name pop up here. It currently says off-road because we are an underground showroom, so it doesn't actually pick anything up down here. Moving on to the main screen, you have Audi smartphone, so that is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can have your own phone screen on the screen in the car. If you just rather have your calls and your music coming through, then you can do that just via Bluetooth as well. As well as having Bluetooth through music, you can also have aux, USB, and there is also a CD player with an SD card slot in the glove box as well. Moving on, we have DAB, FM, AM radio with a favourites tab as well, so you can select favourites and scroll through those all on there. You do also have colour Satnav. The Audi Satnav system is very easy to use, nicely up to date, very clear. It's a very good Satnav system, but if you do have the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connected, then you can use Waze or Google Maps instead, which I personally prefer using Waze, but everyone has their own choice what they like to use. Moving on to the car section, you have Audi Driver Select, so that is various different driving modes to suit your style or however you're feeling, what sort of road you're driving on. So you've got efficiency, comfort, auto, dynamic and individual. On the individual settings you can change between the engine and gearbox and the steering, so as you can see this engine and gearbox is in dynamic, which is the sport mode. So you've got a sharper throttle response and a sharper engine response as well. But then you've got the comfy steering, comfort steering, so the steering is nice and light and it makes manoeuvrability a bit better as well. You've got the best of both worlds really. Although you can have full sport mode, full comfort mode or efficiency mode. Efficiency I would use on the motorway. This does have the CoD, which is cylinder on demand. So when it is cruising at, for example, motorway speeds, it will cut 2 of the cylinders. You won't even notice it, to be honest. It cuts 2 of the cylinders, so it increases fuel economy, and then when you need it, it will jump back in. And auto is the car will judge how you're driving, what sort of speed you're averaging, things like that, and adapt to that. You also have your servicing and checks on here as well, so you've got your tyre pressure monitor and you've also got your service intervals, so that if you want to keep an eye on that, then you can. You will get a reminder close to the time, whether it's 100 days or 100 miles, anything like that, just telling you you'll need a service soon. But if you want to keep an eye on it, that is on there as well. Moving on, we have your engine start stop down here. You've also got Audi Parking System Plus, which is a nice little extra from new. Not a lot of A3s have this. So you've got front and rear sensors with the selective display. That will come on automatically when you put the car into reverse, or when you're going at very low speeds, such as stuck in traffic. If something flies past you, it will pop up if it senses something, and you can turn it on and off just by pressing that button there. You've also got your stability control, the button to turn the screen off as well. So if you have a route set or anything like that, you connect it via Bluetooth, it won't actually disconnect or stop the route. It just puts the screen away, so you don't have that distraction if you don't want it. And then you've got your drive select shortcut as well, so you can quickly go through the drive modes rather than going through the main screen itself. For example, if you're coming off a motorway onto a nice B road or A road, you might want to stick it in dynamic mode and put the foot down a bit, but that option is there, and it does make it a lot easier as well if you want to quickly change. We have a dual zone climate control, so you have a temperature for the passenger and a temperature for the driver. Both set different temperatures, which is usually what people will have anyway. I know from personal experience I like it nice and warm, my other half likes it cold for whatever reason, so it does make it easy to have two different temperatures. You've also got a heated rear window and your directional controls and your fan speed on there as well. We have a 12 volt socket down here, a couple of cup holders there, bit of a little shelf there so you can pop a few things in there, not sure what, maybe pens. We have an Estronic Gearbox, so you have the standard drive mode and you've also got a sportier setup for the gearbox. So in the sports mode it will optimise the engine for performance and the gearbox for performance, so it will keep the revs in the highest, well, the best power band possible to give you the best performance. And in standard drive mode it is set up for efficiency as well. You've got a volume control dial, you've got all your shortcuts for the infotainment screen here, along with your menu and your back button and your swivel wheel to control the majority of the menus. You also notice there's two buttons here, one on the left, one on the right. So certain screens, for example this one, you've got a little tab on the left. You can press the button on the left, or you can move the thing to the left like a joystick. So just so you know, that is how you access the other menus. We also have an electronic parking brake, and you have a couple of USBs in there which you won't be able to see because it's quite dark. A couple of USBs in there which you can use to charge your phone, and that is also what you use for the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so that is wired connection, not a wireless connection. Moving on to the steering wheel, you've got a sports steering wheel with your multifunction controls on the left for the centre screen, with your left and right buttons, your menu, back button and your scroller for the select. You've got your volume controls and your hands-free on the right hand side here. You've also got a special character button, which there's a few different presets you can have. For example, one of them is switching between radio and media. The other is turning Satnav announcements on or off. I think there's a couple more as well. But yeah, just choose which one you want, and then if you press that button it will do whichever one you've chosen. You also have flappy paddles if you prefer a manual style of driving, cruise control, rain sensing wipers, automatic lights, and heated and electrically adjustable wing mirrors as well. I'll just show you the back of the car. There is a good amount of space in the rear, as there was with most A3s. There is slightly less headroom than in the hatchback due to the body shape, but there's still enough room for 2 adults or 3 smaller people in the back here. Again, you've got the rally cloth at the back, very comfortable seats still in the rear. This car will come with 6 months gold cover warranty, which can be extended for as little as £199 for an extra 6 months. We also have a range of finance options available, so if finance is something you're looking for, then we can help you out with that as well. If you need any more information on this car or any of the cars we have in stock, please go to draytons.co.uk. Thank you.